Life is a beautiful journey, but some lessons only reveal themselves with time. But many of the most important truths come not in youth, but in hindsight. Maybe this time you won't have to wait. Here are 10 lessons most people learn too late in life. Maybe now is your chance to learn them early. 1. Time is your most valuable currency. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. Wasting it on regrets, toxic people, or things that don't matter is the real loss. The key is in not spending time, but in investing it. According to Stephen R. Covey, time is the one currency you can never replenish. We barter it away for things that seem urgent, but not always important. Socrates once said, "Beware the barrenness of a busy life." So spend your time deliberately, with people who matter, on causes that count, in moments that ground you. Your calendar is a moral statement. What does yours say about your priorities? 2. Happiness is an inside job. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have, Socrates once said. Society teaches us that happiness is earned through titles, possessions, or admiration. But the Stoics taught us otherwise. Epictetus said, "There is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond our power." True joy doesn't live in external achievements. It grows from gratitude, peace, and self-acceptance. No amount of more will fill a heart that hasn't made peace with the enough. 3. Failure is a better teacher than success. James Joyce said that a man's errors are his portals of discovery. This suggests that our mistakes are not signs of failure, but gateways to growth and deeper understanding. When we stumble or fall short, we are often forced to reflect, adapt, and learn things we may never do if everything goes smoothly. Errors strip away illusion, exposing hidden truths about ourselves, our limits, and the world around us. Rather than avoiding failure, we should embrace it as a natural and necessary part of transformation. In this light, each mistake becomes a stepping stone on the path to wisdom. We're conditioned to fear failure, but in reality, it is the sculptor of greatness. Suffering is part of life, and through suffering, we grow. Every mistake reshapes you, making you braver, wiser, more human. Success may be a destination, but failure is the road that teaches you how to walk. You don't fail when you fall. You fail when you refuse to get up. 4. People outgrow each other, and that's okay. Friendships fade, relationships change, people drift. Not everyone is meant to stay. Letting go doesn't mean failure, it means growth. Cherish the chapter and keep turning the page. Lao Tzu said, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." This means that sometimes we hold on too tightly to who we think we are, our job title, our past, our habits, or other people's opinions. But to grow, we have to let go of those labels and limits. Only then can we become something greater, something we were always meant to be, but we're too afraid or stuck to discover. It's like a seed that has to let go of being a seed to grow into a tree. Change can be scary, but it's also the doorway to becoming your best self. Letting go is not failure, it's freedom. According to Heraclitus, nothing endures but change. So cherish those who walk with you for a time, then bless their journey when it no longer aligns with yours. 5. Your health is your foundation. Indira Gandhi's quote expounds that it is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. This reminds us that no amount of money, success, or material possession can replace the value of a healthy body and mind. We often chase financial security, luxury, or career milestones, thinking they will bring us happiness, but none of those things matter if we're too sick, stressed, or exhausted to enjoy them. True wealth is being able to breathe freely, move without pain, sleep peacefully, and live fully, because health gives us the energy, clarity, and strength to do everything else. Without it, even the richest person becomes poor in experience and joy. This quote is not just about physical well-being, but also about honoring the balance between mind, body, and spirit, because that is where real abundance begins. When you're young, you trade your health for success. When you're older, you'd trade everything for health. Take care of your body now, because it's the only place you have to live. 6. Most worries are just noise. We spend days, even years, worrying about things that never happen. Fear often whispers lies that rob us of peace. Henry David Thoreau once said, "Our life is frittered away by detail. Simplify, simplify." Thoreau's quote is actually a call to strip away the clutter, both physical and mental, that distracts us from what truly matters. He observed how people become consumed by trivial concerns, endless tasks, and material pursuits, losing sight of joy, presence, and purpose. When we obsess over every small problem, social expectation, or possession, we scatter our energy and live reactively instead of intentionally. By simplifying, focusing on essentials like meaningful work, relationships, nature, and inner peace, we create space for clarity and deeper living. Thoreau believed that simplicity isn't about having less, but about needing less. And in that needlessness, we rediscover freedom. So breathe, let go, and focus on what is, not on what if. 7. Your self-worth doesn't come from others. Chasing approval is a race with no finish line. The existentialists believe that we must create meaning through authenticity. Ralph Waldo Emerson asserts that, in his quote, "To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment." This speaks to the quiet but powerful courage it takes to live authentically. From a young age, we're bombarded with pressures from social media, school, family, culture to look a certain way, act a certain way, or follow a path that others approve of. Over time, it becomes easy to wear masks just to fit in, even if it means hiding who we really are. Emerson reminds us that in a world full of comparison and conformity, staying true to your values, voice, and identity is not just hard, it's heroic. Being yourself isn't about rebellion. It's about self-respect and honoring the unique light that only you can shine in this world. You're not here to impress, you're here to express. Live for your values, not for applause. 8. Money is a tool, not ever a goal. Money can buy comfort, but it cannot buy contentment. Chasing money for the sake of it leaves you empty. But using it to build freedom, help others, and live with purpose, that's wealth. So don't just earn. Create meaning with what you earn. But when it becomes your God, it leaves you spiritually bankrupt. Use money wisely to build freedom, serve others, and create joy. Epictetus, a great philosopher, once said that, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." He actually challenged the common belief that being rich means having more. Instead, he suggests that true wealth is found in contentment, not in abundance, but in sufficiency. When we're always chasing the next thing, more money, a bigger house, the latest gadgets, we live in a constant state of dissatisfaction. But when we reduce our desires and learn to appreciate what we already have, we free ourselves from the endless cycle of craving. A person who needs little is not poor, they are powerful, because their happiness doesn't depend on external things. In this light, inner peace becomes the greatest form of prosperity. Therefore, it's not how much you have, but how much purpose you give to what you have. 9. Forgiveness is freedom. Ooh, holding on to anger and resentment only weighs you down. Forgive not because they deserve it, but because you do. Peace is found in release, not revenge. Louis Bees's quote, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you," reveals a powerful truth. Forgiveness is not just about the other person, it's about your own healing. When someone hurts us, holding on to anger and resentment may feel like justice, but over time, it becomes a burden we carry in our minds, our bodies, and our hearts. The irony is that while we may think we are punishing the one who wronged us, we are actually imprisoning ourselves, trapped in cycles of pain, bitterness, and emotional fatigue. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, excusing, or reconciling. It means choosing to release that inner weight, so we can reclaim peace and freedom. In letting go, we don't lose power, we gain it, because we're no longer controlled by the past. Resentment chains us to the past. Forgiveness is not weakness, it's strength. It's choosing to heal instead of hate. Jesus said, "Forgive 70 times 7. You don't need to carry what you can choose to lay down. And 10, one day, it will all be memories. Robert Brault's quote, "Enjoy the little things. For one day, you may look back and realize they were the big things," is a gentle reminder that life's deepest joys often come not from grand milestones, but from quiet, everyday moments. The smell of morning coffee, the sound of laughter at the dinner table, a walk with a loved one. These simple experiences can seem ordinary in the moment, but over time they become treasured memories. In our rush toward bigger goals and important achievements, we often overlook the beauty of now. This quote urges us to slow down, be present, and truly feel life as it unfolds. Not because it's perfect, but because it's fleeting. One day, when we reflect on our lives, It may be these little, seemingly unremarkable moments that fill our hearts the most. The places, the people, the random days you didn't think were special. One day they'll be everything. Live like it matters. Because it does. Life doesn't wait. Life doesn't offer rehearsals. What you have is now. Learn these lessons early, not just with your mind, but with your soul. Live not by default, but by design. And when the final chapter comes, let it be said, you lived fully, you loved deeply, and you learned bravely.